Hello there everybody, Sabato92 aka Nightmare, and welcome back to Higurashi Kai Matsuribayashi. I finally got it right that time! Now then, I know exactly where we're going to continue now. Last episode, we gained the clue of Koizumi being dead. So that's where we're going to head off to immediately. Disappointment. Maybe we should wrap up for the day. I don't think you're in the mood today. Eh? That's not true. Sorry if I gave you that impression. Takano-san has been looking through the viewfinder, but I haven't seen her push the shutter at all. She came along, but I don't think she's in the mood for birdwatching. Takano-san has been depressed since the announcements of the new policies at the new board meeting the other day. That's understandable. This eerie institution was created by her in the first place. It was created to devote her life to the research of the Hinamizawa syndrome. All that to be rejected and being asked to wrap up the research within a few years. Of course she is depressed. Besides, she can't even spend the rest of the time left on the research. The funding will be cut down gradually, and by the end, they'll barely be able to do some cleanups, let alone research things. I hear she is a granddaughter of the late Dr. Takano, and her determination to finish up her grandfather's research is what kept her going until today. Since everything has been going so smooth until today, the sudden change in wind direction must have been a total shock. The coup of the masterminds in the government appears to be quite a big one. The new board of directors has been completely changed. And also, the personnel shift has been taking place to people or projects that Koizumi faction used to be involved in as a warning to others. This new wind direction seems to stay for a long time. It's highly unlikely that the Koizumi faction will come back into power, so no matter what we say, it's almost impossible to expect the same kind of support from them. Is there something we can do? I'm sorry. Is there something we can do? Takano-san mutters. Unfortunately, there isn't. There's nothing anybody can do. At first, the board talked about stopping the research immediately. But after lots of convincing, they finally agreed to make it a gradual suspension over a few years. Oh, wait. The people who helped us when the Eerie Institution was first created are the ones. I see. This appears to be the worst situation, but it is actually someone's hard-earned victory, huh? 3 years was the best they could do. I tried too, you know. I used your data to explain to the board and tried to make them understand how important this research is. Only 3 more years, huh? Maybe Takano-san doesn't understand how hard I tried to convince the new board. Because what she just said tells me the length of time left really doesn't matter. The fact is the research is being stopped. The fact is that I couldn't meet her expectations and made her feel disappointed. As a man, it hurts. The best I can do at this point is to route as much funding as possible towards the research so that you can research to your heart's content for the few years we have left. Sorry. I can't do anything else. That's okay. If that's the best you can do, then I'm very happy. Her words hurt me. I wish she'd chosen different words, but I think that would be asking too much for someone who is so hurt. I must understand her pain at a time like this. Besides, I know how close she was to the deceased Koizumi-sensei. She even called him father. To her, his death is not just the start of a coup or change in direction. She lost her guardian who has looked after her. No matter how hard she tries to look mean and bad, she doesn't belong in this world. She's just a normal lady. But she was intrigued by the Hinamizawa syndrome, and she had to find a help from someone who has more power to be able to continue the research. The dark side of the world. The world she shouldn't have been involved in extended its hands to her. She's left all by herself in that world, and she's still trying to put on a strong-looking face. I'm sure Takano-san thinks I'm an unreliable man. Realistically, I'm not the kind of person who can meet her expectations, nor do I have the power to. The least I can do is to offer her my sincerity by being her ally until the end. As much mobility as she has, there are times I don't know what she'll do when she's cornered. I wanted to believe she wouldn't, but I'm concerned that she might do something at the very end.
Oh, you think?
I hope I can be a support to her at that very final moment before she makes the move. But I can't even gain enough trust from her for that. How pitiful and pathetic. As a man, I want her to count on me. But that's not it. She's abandoned in this world and all alone, so someone has to be her ally. And if I'm the only one who knows about that, then it is my job to be her ally. I know her too well to know that she never asks for help. Even if she says it's unnecessary, someone has to be with her. I know that. I don't think I'm suited for that job. I'm sure that there are many reliable people out there who are better suited for the job than me. But I can't let her be alone until that person shows up. Takano-san. I know I am unreliable and pathetic.
What is it all of a sudden? What is it, Jiro-san?
But I think I can be your help. So...
Thank you. But I don't believe that talking helps you feel better emotionally. Sorry. But I'm happy to hear that you're concerned. I really am.
Okay. That's fine. I'm always on your side. Please believe that. Okay?
Okay. I will. If you think of a good idea to convince the board, please let me know, okay?
Sure. I'll do my best. Why is it? I know she is such a strong person, and there's nothing someone like me can do for her. But somehow, I feel she needs help and support now. She looks as tough as usual, but only I, who has been taking pictures of her all this time, can tell. Because a viewfinder is also a window to look into someone's heart. But if I say something like that, she'll tease me again, so I won't. Anyway, I think she now needs support more than ever. Man. And with that, this whole place is taken care of. Let's see. An execution order is required. We haven't got that yet. A bat to beat her to death. Not that yet either. The third-year curse. Wait. Rika's mother needs to... Oh! Here it is! Third sacrifice. I've got what I need for this one. I think. You goddammit! Okay. Despite that I am pretty sure that I've got that. Okay, fine. Fine. I see how it is. No. Even though there was already one time that I fucking wrote that down. Where is it? I wrote that down. I swear I wrote that down somewhere. Oh, instructions for kidnapping. That's where it was. Oh my god. Okay, fine. Fine.
Fine, I don't have that piece. Are you happy? There.
No. Haven't heard anything about that yet. Wait, go back. The Shinto priest needs to contact the Erie Institution. Rika and Sato's... Let's see.
Son of a bitch! Depression of a priest. Depressed priest.
The gathering place inside of the Furude Shrine is in fact the headquarters of the Onigafuchi Guardians. The place should be calm and quiet since it's a shrine, but there are anti-dam signs everywhere. Obviously, these are the headquarters of the anti-dam movements. I swear, if this is going to be where we get the opportunist thing, I'm going to be upset. There are over 30 members of the Guardians here, and they are having a heated conversation about the plans for the future. Although the meeting place is on the Furude family's property, it is a community facility, so it closes at 9 p.m. Of course, sometimes the discussion gets heated, and it goes on past closing time, but meetings are supposed to end by 9 p.m. If a discussion ends early, they usually chit-chat until 9 p.m.
Okay, I get it!
That is what usually happens. Of course, they mostly talk about the dam even when they chit-chat. They talk about things like someone's mistreatment at the government office, or someone getting arrested unjustly, or complain that people at the dam construction site are too violent. Since it's chit-chatting, people get rather emotional, and they often badmouth the Hojo family too, because of course they do.
Then she threw the circulation notes away. Can you believe that? That woman is crazy. The other day, they argued with Makino-san's grandma at the local trash collection area.
You know, the husband is so rude. He's so irrational, too. Hey, didn't you see him at the explanatory meeting? That was bad, huh? I can't believe they're still here. I wish they'd get out of here. He said something about money and stuff. He has absolutely no shame. No. If you talk about being irrational, his wife is the same or even worse.
It must be hereditary. I see their daughter shopping quite often, so I say hello to her, but then she never replies. Can you believe that? So I got tired of it and I don't say anything to her anymore.
Hey, the son always looks so depressed, doesn't he? Ha ha ha, I'm gonna make fun of a child in depression, ha ha ha. Freaking old bastards. By now, the Hojo family has become the enemy of the village. Badmouthing the Hojo family is now a common topic for everyone. If he had known how powerful the three families of the village were, especially the Sonozaki family, and if he had known Oryo-san's character, he wouldn't have said the things he said. The Hojo couple are residents of the village. Although they don't participate in the village activities, they must know what kind of person Oryu-san is. He could have imagined just what would happen to him if he talked to her that way. Yet, he let his anger take over and spoke those abusive words. So most people think the Hojo family brought their isolation upon themselves. If they wanted to negotiate with the government regarding the move, they should have done it privately. Yet, poor guy, he was foolish enough to express himself at a public gathering like that. So, not too many sympathize with the Hojo family. Ever since the big fight at the explanatory meeting, the Sonozaki family has looked at the Hojo family as their enemy, and started to go after them. That caused the rest of the pro-dam people to become afraid of becoming a scapegoat, so they reluctantly switched sides. Even those people have started to think that if the Hojo couple hasn't fought, they could have gotten compensation from the government. Both the anti-dam and pro-dam people hate the Hojo family now, and the family has become even more isolated. Moreover, the Hojos are both very aggressive. They should have stayed quiet at least until things settled down, but they didn't. That alienated the handful of people who took pity on them as well, so now nobody even says anything to them. Hearing what I hear at the gathering place, it is apparent. Rika is helping out by putting the teacups away. I'm sure she hears what they say as well. One of the Hojo family members they are badmouthing is Rika's friend, Satoko-chan. Is this Mion? It hurts to think what Rika is feeling while hearing that. As a priest of the Furude Shrine, should I let this go on? Oyashiro-sama. Oh, wait, is this Hanyu? Oh, I have no. Oh yeah, Shiro-sama is a god who makes peace between enemies. When the humans and demons fought, he descended from heaven and quelled the war between the two sides. As the caretaker of this shrine, I must do something before it gets too far. Okay, I think this is Hanyu.
I sit next to Oryu-san, who is spitefully bad-mouthing the Hojo family.
So that ass was talking shit to me? So who the hell cares? He'll be cursed by Ushiro-sama, that's for sure.
The elderly people cheer on as they listen to her speak. If I barge in now, I have a feeling it won't be a peaceful conversation. But I make up my mind. As the priest of the Furude Shrine, also for the sake of Rika's friend, Satoko-chan.
Oryu-san?
Don't you think you badmouthed Hojo-san enough by now?
Huh? What the hell are you trying to tell me?
Well, I'm sure Hojo-san really didn't mean what he said. It's too much for this kind of treatment to go on this long.
Shut up! You heard what he said, didn't you? Weren't you pissed? He pissed me off! Shit! I need my pills!
Oryu-san is the head of the Sonozaki family. She's the heiress of the demons. She never forgives anyone who is against her. So there's no way she would listen to what I'm trying to say. Oryu-san and the others become furious and refuse to listen to me. I also mentioned that the dam construction plan will be cancelled soon, so they should calm down. I say it because the staff at the Erie Clinic told me that the government is putting on some kind of pressure to stop the dam construction plan. But they think I'm being an opportunist.
Oh no.
Then criticism about me starts to go around. Soon I realize that I become branded.
This is Rika's dad, are you fucking kidding me? Soon I realized that I had become branded as an opportunist. If the demons are willing to listen, then there's a chance to make peace. I should have realized. He said priest. I'm a goddamn idiot. People, feel free to make fun of me as much as possible. But how can I make peace with people who refuse to listen? I destroyed their mood. I just have to give up and shut my mouth. Then I feel a little hand on my back. Rika, it's getting late. Why don't you go home?
No matter how hard we try, we can't reach them.
Rika looks into the distance while she speaks.
The polluted vice of this village can't be cleaned by the polluted people who live here. But I won't give up. There will be someone to smash this contamination soon. Very soon, I know.
Honey, could you please stop doing that creepy voice? It's kind of confusing me.
Sorry, Dad.
Her eyes shine as if she sees a future that only the Shrine Maiden of the Furude Shrine can see. Another short one. These are incredibly shorter pieces. But there it is. Opportunist. That was what I goddamn needed. Tell you the truth, that just freaking sucks. I thought I had it, but apparently I didn't. Okay. Third sacrifice. And we are officially at the bottom of this paper. That'll mark the second page. The situation has changed. Rika's father suddenly changed his mind about helping out with the research. When Rika came down with a high fever the other day, her mother, who wasn't happy about her daughter helping with the research, finally blew up. Oh, wait. I was hoping... Wait a minute! Oh! I was hoping the father would convince her about the research somehow, but no, he seems to be on her side. Rika's father wasn't as emotional as her mother, but he demanded we finish the research within 3 months, which is completely unrealistic. Research can't have a deadline. That's out of the question. We achieve accomplishments by using our knowledge and efforts and working for a long time. To take time away from us is like taking away what's vital to live. How could he say such a thing? Damn it. Damn it! Rika's parents are saying that because they don't know anything about scientific research. However, they are the parents of the Queen Carrier after all, so we are completely lost about what to do.
The tests and experiments on the Queen Carrier are an essential part of the Hinamizawa Syndrome research. Her existence is the focal point of the research. To lose her is like losing a sense of direction out in open water. Rika's agreeing to help, but losing her parents' consent may deadlock the research. Oh, is this the order for the third sacrifice?
That music tells me.
The situation is extremely serious. Rika's parents are only interested in finding a cure. But to me, the cure is only a small part of solving the mystery. I can't let her go. Are our differences causing this predicament? And it's not only them. The same is happening between Eerie and me. He thinks it's inevitable to stop the research if Rika's parents refuse to consent. That's understandable. Eerie never had the determination to solve the mystery of the Hinamizawa Syndrome from the beginning. He won't back down from the research assertively, but he will passively by agreeing with Rika's parents. Is that the attitude of a researcher who is after solving mysteries? He's the type of man who would step on my grandfather's research with his dirty feet. He is simply a coward who is in this half-heartedly. He started to feel guilty about his past when he saw blood. He isn't qualified to even be involved in researching the Hinamizawa Syndrome. He is simply an outsider who joined in because of the client's arrangements. If I were a man, he wouldn't be here in the first place. He did a great job developing a cure, but it seems that he is satisfied with it and willing to end the research. How could he feel that way? Is he satisfied that he made an accomplishment? Doesn't he care about the rest? You don't have the right to dispose of my grandfather's research. I can feel my guts boiling. No, Eerie isn't the main person at fault. It's her, Rika's mother. If she wasn't so selfish, this wouldn't have happened. Maybe it's partly my fault. I maintained trust through relationships and obligations all this time. But somehow Rika's mother and I didn't get along, so I didn't try to socialize with her. I thought it was fine because I got along with Rika and her father. But now the mother has influenced the father and changed his decision. Time to kill her. How did I let that happen? The tables have turned. What a blunder! Eerie tells me to talk to the office in Tokyo about what to do next. But I know once the Tokyo office finds out about this, they'll order us to stop the research. I've worked so hard to start this research. If they hear anything negative, they'll stop it right away. I've come too far to complete my grandfather's research. I can't let it stop. I still have a little time to think about this. I need to calm down and think carefully. I could always come up with a good idea every time I was in a tough situation. I look up and close my eyes, very gently. There were times where I couldn't find a solution, but someone else came up with a simple solution. I was always able to overcome tough situations. I even endured the hell at that orphanage. I will never let that woman get in the way. Calm down. Think calmly. Calm down, Takanomi. Oh, someone else may come up with a better idea. But who? It's not me. It can't be Eerie. Of course, nobody from the village will do. Do I talk to someone in Tokyo? No, I can't. I don't want to owe anyone a favor. Even Koizumi-sensei would be disgusted if he finds out that I can't solve such a simple matter myself. I know! There's someone I can talk to nearby. They are supposed to be my subordinates, so it's worth talking to them. I call the leader of the Mountain Hounds, Okonogi. The Mountain Hounds are my subordinates, but they are the self-defense force and I'm a researcher. So we never really had a chance to interact. He did what he was supposed to, and I did what I was supposed to. So I never even thought of discussing anything with him. But the Mountain Hounds are there to protect and support our research. Why didn't I think of talking to him before?
What a difficult situation. I'm giving him the Leo voice, so there you go.
He used to speak standard Japanese, but how? He has the Hinamizawa accent. I guess fitting into the region is the first thing they need to do. We may lose the Queen Carrier, not only that, her mother may expose the secret project. Can you do something about it? I asked Okonogiiiiiiiiiiiiiiiiiiiiiiiiiiiiiiiiiiiiiiiiiiiiiiiiiiiiiiiiiiiiiiiiiiiiiiiiiiiiiiiiiiiiiiiiiiiiiiiiiiiiiiiiiiiiiiiiiiiiiiiiiiiiiiiiiiiiiiiiiiiiiiiiiiiiiiiiiiiiiiiiiiiiiiiiiiiiiiiiiiiiiiiiiiii
Okay, the Mountain Hounds will take care of it. Just give us a little time and we'll do a clean job.
Take care of it?
We'll make sure the police won't be involved. We need a little time to prep, but it won't be difficult.
I'm startled. In fact, Rika's mother is my enemy, and I was thinking about how I can convince her. But the leader of the Mountain Hounds, a counterintelligence unit whose duty is to protect this secret research, came up with a much simpler plan. Do you mean to kill her?
To protect the secret research, I was told to do whatever is necessary. Of course, we won't do anything until we get an order.
Right. This is a very simple problem to him. Rika's mother caused a problem and started to interfere with our research. Not only that, there's a chance she might talk about this research center, so they will eliminate her. Ah. That sounds like a good idea. Can you do a good job?
That's why we're here. This will be the biggest job since the kidnapping of the minister's grandson.
Oh, that's right. The Mountain Hounds are the ones who kidnapped the grandson of the Minister of Construction and threatened him. It has been a few years, so I completely forgot about that. They did such a marvelous job then. That's right. I have the Mountain Hounds on my side. Can you get on with it right away?
We could easily kill her, even tonight. But that'd create too much of a fuss. We'll make it look like she, disappeared. So, give us a little time to make some arrangements.
Just like a cat's eyes under a bright light, I can feel something in the back of my eyes open up. I've been pondering how to take down my enemies or how to persuade them to my side. Yet this man came up with such a simple solution. I feel like a bird taking its first flight. Ah, how easily I can get rid of that annoying mother. All I have to do is give an order. I'm grateful to Koizumi-sensei for giving me such a wonderful subordinates. What wonderful power he has given me. I was taught that all people are equal, but if I have a power to control people's lives, then that means I'm more powerful than others. What a feeling to be above the others is.
So you just want Furude and Rika's mother to disappear?
Eh? Well, wait a minute. Did he ask only Furude Rika's mother? I feel chills all over my body. If possible, maybe I should have her father disappear too. Rika's willing to help. There are no other relatives in the Furude family. If both parents die, she has to depend on someone. The Eerie institution can support her. We can give her status, money, and protection. We can give her everything. By doing so, maybe it's possible to make her one of us, rather than having her as a helper. All my worries are melting away. What I was worried about seems like a joke now. I had such powerful subordinates all this time, yet I never realized. All of my tension is released, and I'm starting to feel relaxed. I can feel myself calming down. I'm going to get rid of them. Rika's parents. The Queen Carrier's my guinea pig. A guinea pig doesn't need parents. That's right. It's almost time for the Watanagashi festival. If they die on that day, people will call it the curse of Oyashiro-sama. The murder case from 2 years ago and the accident from last year. They are two separate incidents, yet because they happened on the day of Watanagashi, they were called the curse of Oyashiro-sama. Then, if her parents' deaths occur at this year's Watanagashi, it'll be Oyashiro-sama's curse 3 years in a row. The miracle of Oyashiro-sama. And also the curse. I'm going to create them. This is a chance for me to ascend to godhood and play with human fate. The two incidents that occurred 2 years in a row are said to be a curse, but not everyone believes that. However, if things happen 3 years in a row, then everyone has to believe. Because that'll be a true curse that's created by me. I'll be Oyashiro-sama. My desire for revenge against God is coming together. Making her just disappear isn't that fun, is it? When I start to laugh, Okonogi grins to show his interest. We're going to create the curse of Oyashiro-sama. I can't just let her die. She'll be demoned away, and I'm going to enjoy dissecting her life. Of course, I won't just have fun. This will be extremely useful in the research, because one of them is the previous Queen Carrier.
And I am suddenly losing my goddamn mind. Thank you so much for that, Higurashi.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Now then, I've got the third sacrifice under my belt. The red capsule! Aww.
Apparently it hasn't happened yet.
Death of Hojo Satoko's aunt. There it is! Okay. Mysterious death.
Within my heart, I was prepared for something to happen tonight once again. The first year the workers were stirred into a frenzy, killing and dismembering that old guy. And the second year, the Hojo couple was killed through a faked accident. During the dam protests, only the people who were hated by the villagers as their enemies died on the day of Watanagashi. I knew some people in the village called the incidents the curse of Ueshiro-sama. Oh wait, maybe this is Oishi. I'm going to assume it is.
I thought now that the dam protests were over, there was a meeting for their criminals to be killed on the night of the festival. If that was true, then there were still some criminals from the dam protests. I thought that perhaps that would happen again on the night of the third-year festival. My hunch was right. But at first it looked so natural I didn't think it was an incident. The festival was near its end and the village officials were gathered under the main tent. They opened their beers and enjoyed the leftover corn and braised cow right from the fresh refreshment stands.
You mean cow stomach?
I was in the main tent too, being entertained by the villagers. So I was actually there at the crime scene of the third-year incident when it happened. Yet I didn't notice anything about the beginning of the incident. Hey, Furude-san, what's the matter? Are you feeling sick? Most of the elderly people in the village were heavy drinkers, but there were a few who weren't. The priest is one of the latter. The priest was a representative as well as a host during the Watanagashi festival. Every time visitors and guests arrived, he greeted them, and each time he was offered a drink. So by the night's end, he was pretty much beaten. That's why I didn't think anything of it to see the priest sitting them by himself in a folding chair. The village leader, Kimiyoshi, was the one who tapped his shoulder and asked him if he was okay.
Are you okay? You drank too much, didn't you? Huh? Did your chest hurt?
Sorry. I think I'm a little tired.
Hey, do you have a bad heart? Getting sudden pains isn't a good sign. Dr. Eerie! Dr. Eerie!
Hello! What's wrong? Is it your chest? Ah, that's not good.
When I saw him, he was covered in terrible sweat, and he was definitely not relaxing in his chair enjoying the cool evening breeze. The color of his face was horrible, and I thought he should lie down
Oh, wait. The color of his face was horrible, and I thought he should lie down immediately.
Okay, so it's Eerie, my bad.
I should probably take you to the clinic. Are you okay? Can you hold onto my shoulder?
Hey, somebody help! The priest doesn't feel well.
What's wrong with my husband? Dear, are you okay?
Dr. Osan, perfect timing. The priest doesn't feel well, so I'm going to take him to the clinic. Could you please have the car come around here?
Sure. No problem.
So the priest and his wife headed to the clinic with Dr. Eerie.
Oh, whoops. I don't know about young people, but elderly people know their own bodies well. They almost never push themselves to the point where they start feeling... Whose perspective am I in right now?
Fuck.
Especially someone like the priest. It's hard to imagine him drinking himself sick. My cumulative experience over the years was telling me something. I head to the area clinic just in case. I think this might be Oishi. I tried to follow the car, but because the festival was almost over and all the stands were closing up, there were a lot of traffic going in and out, making it almost impossible for me to leave the temporary parking lot. More than 20 minutes had passed since the priest was carried in by the time I arrived at the clinic. 20 minutes. If it didn't take 20 minutes, my involvement in this year's incident would have been quite different. When I realized how crowded the parking lot was, I should have started to walk. All I get to do now is just jot down the facts. Because between the time the priest left the festival and the time I arrived at the clinic, during those 20 minutes, this year's curse had taken place. The priest's condition changes for worse right after he arrives at the clinic. He dies. The autopsy result says it was a heart failure, but how can I accept that? I don't think the priest was having health problems, and everyone is taken by surprise by this sudden event. Moreover, the wife of the priest is gone. According to the clinic staff, she was with him right after the priest died, but she's nowhere to be seen now. Of course, she's not home either. At this point, I thought maybe someone poisoned the priest. During the dam conflict, the priest was frowned upon for his remarks. He said there was no need for making a big fuss because the dam construction would be cancelled anyway. Some elderly villagers didn't forget this, and some even say he isn't worthy of Oyashiro-sama's shrine. At least that's what I heard. I call for backup and have them go searching for the missing wife. Because, just like the couple's accident from 2 years ago, it's very possible for both the husband and the wife to be victims. The youth group of the village gathered and searched from the village to the mountain, and as a result, you find a set of sandals and a wheel by the Okonogiiiiiiiiiiii swamp. The will says something like, her husband's death is the curse of Oyashiro-sama, and she is throwing herself in the swamp to calm Oyashiro-sama's anger. It suggests she committed a suicide by jumping into the swamp. The rumors say the Okonogiiiiiiiiiii swamp is a bottomless swamp and is connected to the world of demons. Once you sink, you'll never come back. Divers from the police searched the swamp, but divers, my bad. I forgot how to English. Divers from the police searched the swamp, but a body is nowhere to be found. It seems that the past 2 mysterious incidents were solved individually, just as the higher-ups in the police say. But something is odd about this year's mysterious death incident. The old priest was carried to the clinic. His wife accompanied him. Within 20 minutes, the priest died of heart failure and the wife either committed a suicide or disappeared. The death of the priest may really have been a fatal heart attack, but for his wife to assume that's the curse and to commit suicide by jumping into the swamp, for all that to happen in 20 minutes just doesn't seem natural. Well, this Higurashi, nothing is natural at this point. The Furude family has no relatives. Even if she was a true believer of Oyashiro-sama, how could she commit a suicide leaving her one and only daughter? Irie's hiding something too. But Irie's just a village doctor, which means he's nothing more than their pawn. If this is a conspiracy to assassinate the priest, then there's someone who's pulling the strings. I was starting to think that trying to tie the past 2 incidents forcefully to the village was a bit overbearing. But this incident confirms that there is a single purpose grounded in this series of mysterious deaths in Hinamizawa. This incident has countless numbers of discrepancies, but someone from the village seems to be putting pressure on high command. And just like the past incidents, this one will be treated as an individual case and be forcefully forgotten. Since it happened 3 years in a row, everyone in the village will say it's the curse of Oyashiro-sama. I think that is the purpose of the culprit. After the war, Oyashiro-sama's faith became antiquated. Is someone committing these murders as a ritual to regain its dignity? One pulling the strings must be the main Sonozaki family. A few months have passed. Sonozaki Oryu decided the priest incident as part of the series of mysterious deaths in Hinamizawa, also known as the curse of Oyashiro-sama. After blurting to all that, it was obvious that the priest would be cursed. At first, I simply wanted to avenge the old guy. But now, along with that incident, the traces of the village's faith marked by these peculiar cases are beginning to show an abnormal outline. Damn it! The old guy's killer is a human. I won't let that be confused with some stupid curse. Okay, that was clearly Oishi. Also, I'm just happy I got to voice Oishi again. Okay. There we go. So the third year curse has now taken place. And now I can go get...
Hey, the background changed!
Now I can get the red capsule.
Ooh, this music! This is different.
The strange medicine that I hardly remember was a capsule. Maybe it was an oval tablet. It was so red. It must have been a capsule. I can't imagine a tablet in that color. It must have been a capsule. I think it was a little bigger than normal capsule. I can't remember. Although I can hardly remember, if I see that medicine again, that'll refresh my memory. That medicine takes a human life. It takes a human soul, memory, emotion, and it numbs the human body. There are no thoughts, no interests, no will to stay awake or asleep. There's no sense of time. Sometimes a second can feel like an eternity, and other times I can almost see an hour hand move. Either way, there's no emotion. I can't feel any emotion. The medicine only lets me stay in bed and look up at the ceiling. Only the people who have taken it can understand this misery. What's more scary is that while I'm on the medication, I don't realize how scary it is. I'm given the medication daily and I keep losing all my senses. So when the medicine wore off by accident, I realized I shouldn't take the medicine again. That's right. This is not a medicine to heal me. This is to kill me slowly. If I continue to take this medicine, I probably wouldn't be able to tell if I'm dead or alive, or I would end up losing myself forever.
This is clearly Rena.
Keep looking up at a ceiling without any emotion and keep watching a clock tick forever. If I take the medicine again, I'll lose all the senses I finally regained. I may never be able to bring myself back again. Since the day I realized it, I've been pretending to take the medicine but throwing it away.
If your doctor prescribes medication, you have to finish it even if the symptoms are gone.
I hear my mother's voice even though it kind of sounded like a weird dude. Anytime I went to the doctor's office, when I was a child, my mother said that to me. I usually got well before I finished all the medicine, so I didn't finish taking the rest. That's why my mother said that. But this is a different type of medicine. I don't even remember how old I was when my mother said that, but with this strange capsule in front of me, I tried to get rid of my mother's voice from inside of my head. I pressed down on my head with my elbows until it hurts, trying to get rid of what my mother kept telling me. Right. As my head clears, I start to remember the ugly side of my mother. My mother betrayed her family. She betrayed me and my father, who waited for her at home with dinner on the table. She told us she was busy with her work, but she was having an affair. That was bad enough, but she asked my father for a divorce after he took such good care of her for so many years. But there's something else I can't forgive her for. She invited only me to meet with her new family. Not my father, just me. My father and I are family. Family means being together. Yet my mother tried to destroy the bond between my father and me. Not only had she destroyed her bond with him, she tried to destroy my bond with him too. When I remember, it makes me feel angry and hateful. And I can't forgive her. The back of my eyes start to hurt and I can feel there's such hatred on my face. My overflowing hatred is aiming not only at my mother, but also the man she had an affair with. The man she had an affair with. Uncle Akihito. I didn't like him teasing me, but he gave me an allowance all the time and tried to have fun with me. I liked him very much, but his niceness was all calculated. He wanted to destroy the family bonds between my mother, my father, and me. That's why I shouldn't have said I liked him very much. That's right. I'm starting to remember and understand. I know my true enemy. It was his fault that my mother started to have an affair. Because my mother was a very good mother. He was the one who made her a bad mother. So he was the one to be blamed. When was the first time I met him? I think it was the time when my mother and I went out and had lunch at a restaurant. She introduced him as one of her colleagues at work. At that time, if I think about that first meeting, I think I felt something wasn't right with the way my mother acted around him. That's right, I did. I did think something was wrong. It didn't feel right. I wish I'd trusted my instinct back then. I was a fool to think he was a nice person just because he gave me a strawberry on his piece of cake. It was not my father's fault, because I bet he never met Uncle Akihito. But I have. I've met him many times, and there were a lot of chances to realize he was my enemy. If I had a strong enough will to protect my happiness, I could have noticed him as my enemy. I can't forget my father on that day. My father, who was so nice and gentle, grabbed his knees so tightly and cried so hard on that day. He asked me if I knew Uncle Akihito. I answered yes. Then he slapped my face. When he slapped me, I finally realized how stupid I was for being taken in by him. That's right. It was my fault. I destroyed the happiness I hoped to last forever with my own 2 hands. If I hadn't been that stupid, my father wouldn't have had to cry like that, and my mother would have stayed being a good mother. If I wasn't that stupid, it was my fault. I can't forget my mother and Uncle Akihito. Even when I hate him this much, I still call him Uncle, and I can't forgive myself for that. It was my fault. Everything was my fault. I was too stupid, and that's why this happened. I felt the hatred, the sadness, and I couldn't calm my anger. If my mother ever came back to this house, I would rip her apart with my own hands. But she never came back. My anger turned towards everything that my mother left in the house. I destroyed everything my mother left in the house, one after another. I threw and smashed everything. But that still didn't calm my anger. Even after I turned the whole house upside down, I still couldn't calm it. Where does my anger gather? It starts from inside of me, goes through my arms, to my fingertips, and spurts from my nails. Where else can it go? Then my nails aim at my own body. I feel that my own body is the filthiest and most disgusting. I'm the one to be blamed. No. I didn't do anything wrong. My mother is the one to be blamed. My body and soul feel filthy. I want to rip myself apart into pieces. And one day I finally realized there are tons of maggots in my blood. I am rotten. I am rotten from the inside. Come on, rot more. But it is indescribably itchy. It is itchy, 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 itchy. I stab my thigh with a razor blade in the bathroom. The blood floods out. Reddish black maggots spill out. I force myself to open the blood vessels with my thumbs. The maggots spill out. Bustle, 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 bustle. So many maggots spill out from my left thigh. Then my right thigh must have the same amount of maggots in its bloodstream too. Maybe my calves too. My arms, abdomen, just no. How many maggots are there in the bloodstreams in my neck? Strangely, although I'm becoming rather insane, there's still part of me that is calm. If I keep ripping myself like this, I'll end up dead. But everything is my fault, and I'm the one to be blamed. Even if I want to blame my mother, I only have myself to take it out on. I see. This is the only way to calm my anger. I'm I'm thinking very calmly. If I were to forgive myself, then I needed someone else to blame. It's someone else's fault, but there's nobody else. No matter how hard I try to think, this is the only way to vent my anger. As long as there's nobody else to blame, I have to keep opening my blood vessels. Just like, no matter how much I scratch, it still itches. No matter how much I rip my own body, it's not enough. The blood is everywhere in the bathroom, and I'm sure it looks like a gruesome scene. Although, I try to be calm. I can't ignore the sharp pain that runs through my body. Maybe because I've lost so much blood, or maybe because I'm naked in the cold bathroom, I feel freezing cold. My whole body throbs, and my heart is beating so fast. I'm cold and hot at the same time. I'm also sad, angry, and in pain. I want to find something so I can forgive myself. Then, it came. It came in a heavenly light. It was so mysterious and unreal. It was something so out of this world. It apologized. It kept apologizing. Why is it apologizing? You apologize when you're at fault. It accepted its fault. That means I'm not at fault. It is at fault, not me. I dropped the razor blade. It falls in the puddle of blood. The pain is taking over my body. The pain of ripping my own body takes over me. I'm telling myself this pain is the punishment for what I've done. But I'm not at fault. It is. So I don't need to accept this pain as a punishment. So I don't need to do this anymore. She keeps apologizing to me while I'm all bloody. Every time I want to blame myself, she keeps whispering to me. There is Oyashiro-sama. She's always following me. Slap, 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 slap. And every time I can't endure the guilt, she apologizes and tells me that I am not at fault. Everything is caused by the curse of Oyashiro-sama. Things started to go wrong when I broke the rule I wasn't supposed to leave Hinamizawa. I finally remember. When I moved from Hinamizawa, one of my neighbors gave me a charm. She said that if I leave Hinamizawa, there'll be a curse of Oyashiro-sama, so take this charm. That's right, she gave me the charm. It had some complicated writing on it, but I haven't seen it since I moved here. I may have lost it. There's nothing I can do about it. If Hinamizawa residents leave Hinamizawa, there'll be a curse. My mother and I, even Uncle Akihito too, may have gone insane because of the curse of Oyashiro-sama. Nobody was at fault at the beginning, because everything is caused by the curse of Oyashiro-sama. Nobody's at fault. Nobody! I'm finally able to forgive everything. The anger that I couldn't get rid of even after I destroyed everything, including my body and soul, is finally gone. Father, now I know. The curse of Oyashiro-sama caused Mother to leave, and you to be so sad. You remember Oyashiro-sama, don't you? The guardian deity of Hinamizawa. That's right. People of Hinamizawa aren't supposed to go out to the outside world. That's why Mother became insane. This is all because of the curse of Oyashiro-sama. If we had stayed in Hinamizawa, we would have been happy. Oyashiro-sama came to me and told me that. Come to think of it, Oyashiro-sama's been trying to tell me for a long time. After Mother left, I didn't know why she left or how to express my anger.
Also, oh god. I kind of lost myself on that one.
Oyashiro-sama kept following me since then to let me know that. She followed me everywhere, the sound of her footsteps echoing behind me. But I pretended I didn't notice her. I was so stupid. I didn't hear her voice until I slashed my body all over. If only I had listened to Oyashiro-sama's voice. I bet she started warning me once Uncle Akihito came into my life. If the whole family had gone back to Hinamizawa, my mother wouldn't have had an affair. We would have been happy in Hinamizawa. I bet Oyashiro-sama's been trying to tell me that. That's right, she must have been trying to warn me. Since when we left Hinamizawa. She was always with me. She followed me everywhere. I was stupid, trying to pretend I didn't notice. Everything was because of my stupidity. If I had noticed Oyashiro-sama's voice, my family would have suffered from the curse. It's all my fault. Oyashiro-sama's apologizing. She keeps apologizing that this is all her fault. So this isn't my fault, is it? Because this is the curse of Oyashiro-sama, right? She's apologizing. Sorry. Oyashiro-sama's apologizing repeatedly. So I'm sorry too. Sorry. Sorry that I didn't hear your voice. Sorry. We are from Hinamizawa, so we have to keep hearing your voice. Oyashiro-sama exists. Yes. Can't you hear, Father? Don't you see? Oyashiro-sama's right there apologizing. Sorry. I'm sorry too. Come on, Father, let's apologize too. Mother, you don't have to apologize. You should die because of the curse. I hate you, Mother. I hate you. I hate myself for being your daughter. These maggots are your fault. They make me itch all over. Sorry. No. I don't want that medicine. My mother got it to kill me, so I don't want it. I won't take it. I told you I won't take it. Stop. This is a curse, so it's not curable with the medicine. It won't get rid of the maggots because this is the curse. No, I don't want to shout either. Stop. Ouch, it hurts. Everything is falling into a gray world. The voices of my father and the doctor sound so far away. Even what just happened seems like it happened a long time ago. Again, I'm given the capsule and even the memory from a minute ago is gone. I'm back in my bed staring at the ceiling. From what I can see, the only thing that interests me is the hands of the clock. Tick tock, tick tock. I follow the minute hand as it goes around quickly and the hour hand as it goes around slowly. I see other things too, but they keep repeating the same movement, just like the hands on the clock. Sorry. It's my fault, sorry. Oyashiro-sama keeps apologizing. Tick tock, sorry, tick tock, sorry. It keeps repeating. The chorus of Higurashi coming in from the window during the night seems louder than usual.
Holy fuck!
Oh!
Getting a lot of the flashbacks of whenever I got to experience everything from Rena's perspective. That was, I got into character again, and my bad. I know some people like that, but I still kind of feel like I need to apologize a little bit, because it was less commentary and more just...
Mad raving since I basically lost myself and apologized to Oyashiro-sama.
Okay, guys, I'm gonna end it there before I completely lose my mind and I start looking for Colonel Sanders down in the dump. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video. My fucking god!
Hello there everybody, Sabato92 here, and if you like this video, be sure to let me know in the comments down below. And hey, if you guys like my content, then maybe you'd like to check out another channel who I think deserves equal attention. So click that nightmare emblem and check out that channel, or go to the links in the description down below. Once again, thank you, and I'll see you guys in the next video.